Hey guys, welcome back to Money is Blind podcast. So, how can you make your work a little bit more productive? So, this episode is inspired from Ali Avtal, his book Feel Good Productivity, and it's the second chapter, Power. So, according to the author, if we think that we have the power, we have the decision making authority when it comes to each and every single task that we do in our job and for our business, for creation, for any kind of task, we'll be able to complete it. So he says there are three ways we can feel the power in our work. The first one is to increase the level of confidence. So confidence is something that we don't get when we are born. It's not something which are imprinted in our genes. We can learn to be confident. We can increase the level of confidence in our life, and that can be done with several things. You might have noticed if there are persons who are around you to cheer you up. It could be your family members, your friends, or your fitness trainer, then you will be able to complete the task even if you think that you are not able or not confident enough to complete it. So that is one way you can have friends and family members motivate you. But there is another internal type of motivation that you can harness. That's by thinking about your ability. You can say to yourself that you have it in you to complete this task. You can think about other persons who have done it, who are similar to you, and get inspiration from them. If you need to think that if they can do it, you can also do it. I'm also trying to do the same by motivating you guys to start your own business. Even if you have a job right now, you can start a part-time business. And blindness is not a barrier because you can always do things if you have the right mindset. I've been doing it for several years, and you will also be able to do it. You just need to keep listening to all the podcasts and get more inspiration and motivation, and this internal motivation is going to boost your confidence, and that is power. That is going to make you more productive in your work, in your job, in your life. Another way to increase the motivation inside you is to teach others. So psychologists call this phenomenon the prodigy effect. According to Ali Avtal, there are many reasons why the first child in a family is blessed with more IQ. Many psychologists believe that it could be the higher expectations of the parents. It could be that the first child is interacting more with adults, and so their speech and language and other kinds of cognitive developments takes place at a much younger age. But there is something which is called prodigy effect. So if you are the first child in a family, you will be forced to teach your younger brothers or sisters. So once you try to teach them, you have to learn that stuff all over again. And when you learn something, in order to teach it to others, you learn it in a better way. And this is called the prodigy effect. And for every example that the author quotes in this book, he has multiple clinical studies and psychological interventions and experiments to prove it. And so far this book has been a good read. So when it comes to your work and your business, you just need to make sure that you try to teach what you're doing to other persons who are under you. It could be your employees in your business. It could be your team members if you are working in a team. So once you try to learn something, in order to teach it, you learn it in a better way. And that work is going to be completed in a much more productive manner. And the final thing that you can do in order to instill the confidence and feel the power is to change the mindset of how you think about tasks. There could be millions of tasks in your life which you don't like to do. There could be tasks which you completely hate it, but you don't have a choice. But still, there are ways you can complete those tasks. You just have to think differently. Suppose you have to do a task which you don't like. Instead of thinking like I have to do this task, you can think like I choose to do this task. So you are taking the decision. You are choosing to complete this task. And if you can go a little bit further, you can think like I am blessed to do this task. So that way you can change the mindset, change the way you think about tasks that you don't like. You can own the process of doing the task. Maybe you don't have control over the outcomes of what the task's end result is going to be. If you are working as an employee, there might be outcomes and results which your employer is expecting from you. You might not have control over the outcomes, but you definitely do have control over the process. You can decide how you are going to reach that outcome. You can decide on that. That is completely upon you. And when that decisions are taken by you, when you think that you have the power and the autonomy to complete those tasks that you don't like to do, that is also going to make you more productive. So these are the 3 ways mentioned by Ali Avtal in his book Feel Good Productivity, in order to make our work easier and more productive. So you can expect more chapters and more lessons from this book in the coming few weeks. And I've been listening to this book for the last 1 month now. I'm rereading it, and some things click when I read it the second time, because the author narrates this book. He reads it a bit faster. So that's it, guys. It's Monday morning. It is the 4th of March 2024. It's a new week. I hope you had a great weekend. We'll talk to you tomorrow. You guys take care. Bye-bye.